The man was about to pay when he realized that the money in his pocket had turned into sand. He immediately came home, grabbed a handful of money, and threw it out the window. As a result, all the money turned to shards. He took out a famous painting, and placed it at the door. After a while the outside part had turned to ashes. Just when he was worried, the wife hugged the child, and went out the door. Then came the sound of the wife's screams from outside. He rushed out and hugged his son, but now the boy's legs are no longer the legs of a newborn baby. Looking at the 10-year-old child in front of the scared mother in just a few seconds, the son was transformed into this. He told his wife all his findings, and the things in this room that were brought out immediately disappeared. Even if people go out, they will age quickly until they die. They were very difficult to have a child. She does not want to lose her child. She watches over him every day. To prevent her children from running out, she nailed all the windows in the house. The boy crawled to the window to see the outside world, but his dad was still wary of him. Suddenly one day he discovered that the iron door that was locked has been opened. They opened the door. The scene inside surprised them. The room was small but turned into a big forest. Their boy is building a snowman. His dad finally realizes that his son has discovered the secret of his ability to fulfill his wishes. Even he didn't expect that the room could be used like that. He got angry and forced his son back into the house to warn him not to enter the room. His mom does not understand the act of stealing his happiness. But her husband thinks the boy knows the secret room will surely lose control. He locked the door, but his mother thought he was too worried. When they were arguing about this, the phone in the room suddenly rang. He picked up the phone, and talked to them. His dad immediately snatched the phone. The familiar voice inside made him panic, because the caller was the old man in the mental hospital. He asked the man what he told his son, and he knew that they had wished for a child. He told the father about the secret that as long as the wisher dies, the things he wishes for will be taken out of the house, become a part of this world, or he will be sent to a mental hospital. The father finally understood that this old man was the child that they had wished for a few years ago. He must kill his parents before he could leave the house. Then their conversation was overheard by his wife. The wife drove out. She wanted to use her life to save son. At the crucial moment, when the husband knew that his wife had done foolish thing, and blamed everything on the boy. When he was angry, he told the boy the truth, and didn't care what thing will happen to him. His mom came home very late. The husband comforted wife without noticing the boy was still standing outside the door. He waited they sleep, and stole the key to the gate. The next day, the wife woke up to find the big door open. They looked for him everywhere. When they came to the swing, they discovered that the person sitting on it was an 18-year-old guy. Turns out he is their 10-year-old son. The son immediately pulled out a gun, and pointed it at the father. She was extremely frightened and stood in front of her husband, and wanted to soothe her son's feelings. Effectively, she started to approach her son. It was at this moment that the father rushed to push his son down. They immediately struggled. His mom fainted when she saw her son and husband still fighting. After waking up, she just saw only her husband, so she asked where her son had gone. He said that when they were fighting, he accidentally got hit by a bullet, and died. After hearing, she ran out to find him, but nothing. While they were eating, she felt that her husband was a bit strange like a person, but she thought too much. She was even more sure this wasn't her husband after the sex. She pushed him out. He called mom. This word made her panic, and run outside to pull the door, and hide in a room, but was still caught. And her husband woke up in an outside room, and didn't see her. He detected that the door was locked. He couldn't find the key, so he took a hammer, and smashed a hole in the wall. Inside of the wall was full of wood with black wires, but he still insisted on getting in. After breaking through the wall on the other side, he arrived at the secret room behind the iron door, which was the world the boy had created before. No one in here. He went deep into the forest to find a house which are similar with his one. He broke the window, the sound which attracted the boy in the house. He immediately went out to check. At this time the mother ran away, but when she went outside, the two appeared together. She doesn't know who is his real husband. The left husband wanted to pull her away, but at a critical moment, she suddenly pushed him down the stairs. They wanted to escape from this place, but the lights in the house suddenly flashed, and they climbed from floor to floor, going through room to room, but this house is like a maze that can't be found. They realized that it is his troll, and no way to escape. The boy rushed over. They were blocked by the big door. He took a knife, and rushed to his dad to stab him, then look at his mom. The mother was threatened to turn into a statue, but it was at this moment that he saw two identical people outside and realized that he had been tricked. He immediately chased after him. They went through the woods to open the door and rush out. only to find that the door was locked when they ran to the door. At this time, he also chased. The scene happened again like before. The boy suddenly rushed over, but the father just opened the door, hugged the boy, and fell out. The boy felt his body quickly change. He immediately ran back inside the house, but the door was locked by the mother inside. He banged on the door begging his mother to let him in, but she dared not open. The blink of an eye, the 18-year-old boy turned into an old man. Desperately, he disappeared.